Hello everyone and welcome back to the Genres of Literature podcast. I'm Zalfa, your host for today, and this episode we were exploring one of the most well-known poem in American literature, The Road Not Taken by Mrs. Prose. Today we have the author with us to talk about the ideas, meaning, and the creative process behind the poems. Hello, Mrs. Prose. How are you
Hello.
today?
I'm doing great. What about you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Mrs. Prose is one of the greatest American poets. She has written poems on social and philosophical themes and has been honored with 4 Pulitzer Prizes. We will start our discussion today about the poem The Road Not Taken. Here is a simple warm-up question. So, if you had to describe this poem in one word, what would it be?
I think it would be choices.
Wow, it's very relatable words for us today. Almost everyone has faced difficult at some point. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. What inspired you to write The Road Not Taken?
So the idea came from a walk in the woods, and then I saw 2 paths and I had to choose one. So it was a simple moment, but it made me think about how people make choices in life, and then that moment become the heart of this poem.
That's interesting. So, when you first read the poem, what stood out to you?
I think it's the honesty. Well, actually, we don't really know which choice is better. And that is something many people feel. We often choose without knowing the outcome.
I agree. That uncertainty makes the poem feel real and relatable. Now let's talk about this poem as poetry. Poetry is different from prosa or drama. It's short but full meaning. Every line has a purpose. So, from your perspective, what makes poetry different to write?
I think what's make it different. For me, poetry uses simple language, but every word has a purpose, and it does not explain everything directly. It uses images and then rhythm and symbols to express feelings and ideas. And at the end, the readers helps to complete the meaning.
That's true. In this poem, the words are simple, but the symbolize is strong. Like the roads and the yellow woods, the rhythm patterns also give the poem a calm, reflective feelings.
Yes. So the roots represent choices, and the yellow woods suggest a turning point or transition.
Okay, now let's take a closer look at the last stanza, the part of the poem that many people remember. Can you read the poem?
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, can you please? Yes, thank you. So I bring this poem. So my favorite stanza that really interesting to we talk about is from stanza 4. I will read it. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Some were ages and ages hence. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
So what should readers notice here?
First thing, it's the word psych. We don't know if it's a happy psych or sad psych, so it gives the stanza an uncertain feelings. Another important detail is the pause and 2 roads diverged in a wood and I. So the break shows hesitation, and it feels like thinking back to the moment and trying to make some of it.
Right. And the line, "I took the one less traveled by," is often misunderstood because earlier in the poem by says the paths looked the same.
Yes, and that's where the irony appears. So even though I choose the word make all the difference, but we never really know. We never really know if it did. It sounds like the poem is telling the story in a way it gives the decision more meaning.
Okay. So the stanzas show how people create meaning from their choices, even when the choices were not so different.
Exactly. That's why this stanza it sounds really honest and real.
Okay. Let's highlight the literary element in this stanza. Okay. So for the first is symbolize. The roads symbolize life choices, and then the sign symbolize emotion and uncertainty. And the second is structure. The pause in "I" shows hesitation, and the steady rhythm pattern creates a reflective mood. And the last is irony. You say less traveled page, but earlier you say both look the same. This shows how people rewrite their memories to make their choices feel meaningful.
Yes, and that's why many people connect with this poem because it's really relate and then honest.
I agree. The poem may be short, but the meaning stays with readers for a long time. Now I want to ask something different. What would you feel if this classic poem become popular again among young people today?
I think I will be very happy. The poem is simple, but it speaks to many situations. And then if young people read it again and make use to talk about choices, pressure, or the future, it will be interesting to see how they connect poems to their future life.
Yes, I can see students using this poem when they feel uncertain or need some inspiration.
Yes, even though the time is changed and then the ideas of the poem, it's still relevant.
This is very interesting conversation. I have last question.
Yes.
Okay, why do you think this poem still matter today?
I think because everyone face choices, and then it's normal to feel unsure. And this poem reminds us that the meaning of choices comes after we walk the path and we create the meanings of ourselves.
Very interesting. Do you have a message for student related to this poem?
Yes, if I say what is the message for the student, I think it will be you have to think, you have to observe your choices, you have to make the right decision before you really choose that, because it will decide how your future life, it will decide what happened in your next life. And if you face too many paths or two paths, you have to consider about it because it will be change your life. So I think that's all.
That is a beautiful point. Thank you for joining us today. And thank you to all our listening for joining the Genres of Literature podcast. See you in this next episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.